Okay, so we've come to meet Syra, Farouk and Plate for You Al Sufa, whose work around just the need for people to just get food has just increased ever since we finished Bank Job. And it's sort of now they've got this huge distribution centre, so we're coming to turn them into banknotes.
Food today.
It's not just food. Oh yeah, is it haircuts as well? In there they're doing vaccinations, they're giving clothing out, there's tea and coffee and food that people can eat there and then as well.
Our hashtag is not just a food bank because we provide food, we provide toiletries, or people get in touch with us, say we've just moved in, we've got nothing, have you got any household goods, microwaves, kettles or furniture? So we just network with a beautiful and lovely community, so we were able to provide lots of things for them.
Basically it's so much bigger than it was before. Yeah, families are getting involved, it's like a lot, it feels like poverty is affecting more and more and more people, basically.
Right, okay, there you go. Yeah. So again, if I can just introduce you to the Lord Lieutenant Sir Ken Olisa OBE, and he's made a special visit to see us at the food bank because...
You told me to. When I heard about you and the work that you're doing, to me, it symbolises so much that's great about our country.
The way I look at today's society is it's a society of money. If you haven't got money in this world, you don't stand a chance.
What we used to get before was just the elderly, homeless and few people, single people who are having difficulty. But now, as you can see, we're getting families in. So they can save money on food, they can pay their bills.
It just breaks your heart to see the devastation people are going through. And it's not just about food poverty, it's obviously they can't afford the utility bills as well, but it's the mental health and well-being that's affected. It's just really heartbreaking to see all that.
Can you tell us what you're doing here today? Are you here helping? Are you getting food from here?
I'm getting food from here, yes. Just before the pandemic, it started, I lost my job.
Oh, no.
I was a care worker, a manager.
Okay.
And I lost my job because the place shut down and everything. And also, my husband lost his job as well.
Oh, no.
So, I ended up coming here, but I'm so grateful for the food.
Yeah,
I'm very, very grateful for everything I get.
Yeah.
Because as you know, bills have gone up now, electric bill and everything has gone up. So I'm just grateful for that help because that help enables me to be able to survive.
Yeah, of course.
So the money that I get, the little money I get, very small pension I use for my bills and everything. And the food is a great help to me, great help. And I'm so grateful.
Some people are jobless, some people have health or accommodation problems, some people, through no fault of their own, just drop through the cracks in the floor of society. We provide a very simple service that is of some help, and you can't be of more basic help than making sure people have got food in their stomachs, and if they've got a family, that they're not worried about where the next meal is coming from.
The increase for the need for food banks has grown. We see new people coming along every week, and it's just very, very sad. I actually helped one lady home one day, and I wasn't being rude, I wasn't being nosy, but I helped her in with her food to her house just around the corner, and you can't help but notice that she had nothing in her home. She had a house, she had a roof, but she had nothing.
The people that are actually facing hardships and food poverty, it's not through their choice.
We get people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all creeds, all religions. Everybody accesses our services. And with a very, very few exceptions, every person is lovely and grateful and kind and caring and will give back to you. People are not greedy. People are not doing it just because they can. They're doing it because they have to.
I'm just collecting some food for myself and the boys today. 2 dogs. I call them my boys.
Oh, I see. Okay, right.
I've always called them my boys.
Yeah.
I've got 2 dogs. For my mum, I was a carer for about 15 years. Not a registered carer. I just looked after her because it's the way I am. And for my partner, I was a carer for her for 20 years, and I lost my partner 2 years ago. And I say my mum got Alzheimer's, and that was back in 1990 something. So I say for those sort of 20 or 30 years, which I would do it again. But for those 20 or 30 years, I was a carer for my mum and my partner. So I never got time to do the things I wanted to do. Not I wanted to do, but I had to do.
We provide people a choice, so it's not like a ready packed bag to say this is what you can eat, because people, no matter what you're going through, you can still have a choice.
They've got a system here, we just go in here and get the food, because we find it hard to get it from the shop normally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because food prices going up all the time. So since I'm coming here and they've always been helpful to me, they're very busy. Sarah and Farouk is very busy and they're making sure everybody's all right. So as much help as we can we give. That's why we come here early. All inside the organisation in there, we help them set up tables, set up this. They help feed my family, so I will always help them and I'll always make sure nothing trouble them. They're doing a good job, yeah. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I just go and get food and it's just there, all this different variety of food. It's like, it's too much. So
I just feel sad that people are suffering, you know.
Yeah.
People are suffering, people are homeless, people are, you know, going through fear, you know. So I pray for the people that are suffering, and I do what I can. If I can help as well, I do what I can.
You've got sweet and sour chicken.
There's so many people in the background that do so much more as well. They're people that work, they take time out to support others in the community.
This is something that you do as well as a full-time job, isn't it? You must be exhausted.
But I tell you what, this is the most wonderful place to be. The harmony here, as you can see, people are happy to be here. That's the main thing. They love being here. We love doing the job here. It's really refreshing to see their faces and, you know, at least, you know, you put food on the table for them.
It's important to support the community at the local scale.
Are you just donating food right now? Or
Yeah, Tropical Sun, we support Plate for You.
So you're bringing things that are like kind of commercial excess or things that you just want to donate?
It's not excess stock.
We actually just take the stock from our cash and carry
Oh,
and
right.
bring it down.
That's amazing. Stare up at this guy. You don't have to point. It already comes through, believe me.
We're a big employer in the borough, so
The largest?
Yeah,
The largest employer in
probably apart from the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just look at me, actually. Wow, that's pretty intense. You've got this smouldering dude in your marketing department.
Because we're in the borough, we like to support the food banks.
And we've been doing that for years, but I think the pandemic accelerated it.
The numbers have definitely gone up. People that would be able to support themselves fully through working are now needing the support of food banks to kind of get through.
Trying to do what we can. There are so many people that we just can't reach out to.
It's appalling in the 21st century that food banks are even a thing. And it seems that organisations like Plate for You are doing the government's job for them. People on low income shouldn't be treated like second-class citizens, and it's not because they don't work hard. People assume that people accessing food banks are like not contributing, and they could not be further from the truth. A lot of the people who come to our food bank are working or have got a member of the family working, but they can't afford to pay because you're working on a 0-hour contract, which is another thing that shouldn't be allowed. People just don't stand a chance.
There's enough money in the country to rectify this issue. I mean, we need to be a bit more generous and look after the people who are not doing well, you know, instead of keep hitting the people who are not well.
I used to have a social life before. I used to go out. I used to go to the West End, you know, and go shopping here and do things. Go out for a meal. But now I don't do anything. I mean, this is the highlight of my week, you know. Just coming here, seeing people. I may not talk to them much, but I'm in the midst of people socializing in a way, you know.
Yes.
That's it. Apart from that, I don't go anywhere else. That's my life. That's my, you know.
As you know, I lost both my parents through COVID. And it was like, you can't give up. Other people have gone through same or worse, and we just need to continue to support how we can do.
And all those people queuing up outside to come in here to get help from you, that's what it's about. It's the human condition, it's from the heart. It doesn't matter about your faith, your heritage, what your job is. We're all humans and we're all working together. So on behalf of the Queen, a huge, huge thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We have a great example here of an organisation led by people who've decided that they can participate and make a difference. It is the values of the people that matter.
It took my mum here, so I've got a bag now.
It's a community, it's a team effort, and it just shows how much we can do, all of us, when we chip in a little bit.
We have to be hopeful in life and do whatever possible to help people to get out of whatever the situation they are in.
It's been a great experience. The way they're giving back to people. Some people don't have the privilege to have food, so it's quite a blessing for some people.
They're looking after us, so we've got to make sure we're looking after them.
Yeah.
They never leave us.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
So like look up like this, like check this out, like yeah, like.
But you know what? I'm still happy to be alive. And blessed to be alive. I get fed, I'm never hungry, so I come here, I get food. And you have to be positive. If you're not, you fall to pieces.
It's kind of beautiful on the one hand to see that it's scaled up, but also terrible on another, because it's an indicator, and quite a clear indicator, and in fact so many people have said it, that the demand for these services is just surging, and that's because poverty levels are surging, and that's because of the pandemic, and oh my goodness, you know, we've got the threat of Third World War.
Yes, it's wonderful, people coming together, and the value of that. I can't help thinking, this doesn't have to be like this. I just feel like you're kind of avoiding the big issue of like policies that are making this worse, and the government are not helpless in the face of pandemics, and you know, they have the power to do more. It doesn't mean that society shouldn't come together, but it shouldn't replace the basic provisions of food and clothing and home. I don't know. So I have an anger too, while everyone else has been celebrating like how wonderful it is, so wonderful. But don't you feel that?
Angry that the situation is like this, that people are coming to visit these food banks and rely on them, that there's increasing poverty. Of course. Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just, as usual, at the end of these Saturdays at 7 YouTube episodes, just want to say a huge thank you to people who are renewing their memberships, and people who have been, like, each year, each annual renewal, I will be calling people out, along with calling out the new members. So I haven't done this for the monthly members properly or exhaustively yet, nor have I done it for members who have just over a year on an annual basis, because it's only an idea I've just had. So I will be going through this and sorting it out bit by bit. So but today, this evening's episode, I just want to say a huge thank you, first of all, to these renewals who have come through this week. We've got Nicholas Brooks, Joy Cherkwai, I'm really sorry if I've mispronounced that, Joy, Natasha Chetwood, Simon Chergwin, and Christina Coomber, Sally Elias, Sean Goodspeed, Alison Griffin, Anna Hart, Nick Hayward, Anna Haworth, Ian Holder, Ruth Genoway, Sarah Kershaw, Stephen King, Scott McCauley, Richard Millwood, Janet Ross, Yella Visser, and Chris Walker. And we have 2 new exec producers this week. Those are 2 people who have taken us up on the £1,000 limited edition set. And as in addition to the the artworks which we'll send out to you, you also get a call out here and an exec producer credit here, and also in the feature film when it hits the cinemas, along with the red carpet thing. So thank you so much for buying that, and we'll be also sending you a little video when we add on the foil onto those thousands, which will be in the next couple of days. So we've got Jennifer Grigg and Karina Reynolds, so thank you so much. It's so helpful, and we really hugely appreciate you joining, so thank you. And then we have new members as well. So we have Ariane De Beer, Carey Blunt, Jackie John, Laura Kirby, Susan Lancaster, Alison Leyland, Sharon Little, Brian Lohman, Lucian Mansell, Maria Vagel, Teska Osman, and Brimstone Rocks. Thank you so much to you guys for joining. Welcome to The Powerful, and we'll be back again next Saturday at 7, so tune in then, and look out as well for my email on Wednesday for the Power Lunch, where I'll be reporting, you know, all the kind of vital statistics of the project and where we are in terms of raising our first £100,000 to build the power station on 20 roofs on our road, just as a starting point. So that's it for this week. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye.